This is Mary, and this is 5 Minutes with Mary. And let's begin with the light of infinite being. And what I'm hearing is how much I love to use words and concepts and think I know what they are. So when I say, let's join in the light of infinite being, the words really disappear, and then there becomes an experience that is repeated over and over again, especially here at the center, where the focus all the time, I mean, bringing it back, bringing it back, bringing it back, the focus is on what is that inner voice for God saying right now. And that goes often beyond words, but sometimes words show up. What the inner voice for God has been showing me, as much as I'm open to listening and asking and listening and following, is my desire for control. And as is so often the case in looking directly at these desires, the desire for control, the desire for self-torture, I mean, we get very deep into the subconscious mind at what is buried below our level of awareness to look at what is really there that I'm trying to avoid. Like, I am not looking at that. And one of those desires is the desire for control. I'm like, no big deal. And then the more I just look without knowing, without thinking, and ask to see the full relishing of this desire, so that I can see that there's really nothing there. It's really, there's just nothing there. It disappears. When I look and ask for guidance, and I look and I look, and I am not throwing in the kitchen sink, oh yeah, well, I like to control that, and oh yeah, there's that, and there's that relationship, and if I, blah, blah, blah. The quieter my mind is, the more willingness there is to ask to be shown, and then be quiet and listen. The more is revealed. So this desire for control, it seems like the ocean I swim in, like the Mary character, or the Mary personality, who I think I am, is convinced that the more I control, the happier I'll be. If I can just, work it out with that person, or if I can just adjust my schedule so I get more sleep, or if I get what I want, what I want to eat, or, whatever it is that I think I'm trying to control, I'll be happy. And as there has been the direct looking at this desire for control, what has been showing up is the folly of thinking that I'm controlling anything and that somehow there's happiness there. And there's no figuring this out, although that's sure what Mary wants to do. I really want to figure things out. So Jesus has been, we kind of laugh around here sometimes saying, well, I'm a hard nut to crack, or, am I your poster child for delaying awakening, or whatever the ego's cooking up there to put the skids on, put the brakes on. And what I'm being prompted to say is that there's come a recognition that is not always consistent here yet, but a growing recognition that the Mary character is not in charge. And I'm not in charge of my awakening. As the Course says, I don't know my advances from my retreats. I don't know. So somehow in this looking and the willingness to just look directly and not shimmy all over the place, because that's sure what I want to do. I don't want to look directly at the desire to control. There's this growing recognition that all is well, and that these desires that I sometimes seem to resist so much looking at, can actually disappear. Thank you.